Good morning, friends. Let me make sure my microphone is on. My microphone is on. Come spend a Saturday morning with me. We're going to do some planning. We're going to have some productivity, but it's not going to be all day because I am guilty, no honey, of spending the whole day trying to fix my life. And that's just not great for me. So we're going to stay on track. And bringing you along with me is going to help. We're going to be meal planning, some chores, but not a lot of cleaning. Get ready with me, and we'll see where the day takes us. But we're going to hopefully drive that car. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, and I post videos about stewarding your life well. So whether that's about healing your relationship with food, having a healthy relationship with food, whether that's cleaning or decluttering, and sometimes there's a vlog in here like this where there's usually a lot of productivity built in. So today, Saturdays, I usually sleep in till like 7. Life and work, basically work, have been draining a lot of my energy for the past while, and I do not put myself to bed early enough. And so today we slept until 9, which is something that I used to get upset about, like, oh my gosh, I've wasted the day. But there's then no point in, you're wasting your energy being upset that you wasted maybe 2 extra hours, 3 extra hours, whatever the case is. You just got to reset and go with it. And my body needed it. So we are closer to 10 o'clock now because I got up. As you'd have seen, I made a coffee. I had a lovely little breakfast. I pan fried a piece of Irish soda bread, then put extra butter on top. It was fantastic. I have some of my Saturday morning lifestyle vlogs playing. It's paused right now. It's kind of like my adult cartoon, Saturday morning cartoons. And now I am ready to put my grocery list together so I can get to the grocery store this morning. Tomorrow is Easter, praise the Lord, and I am bringing pound cake for dessert to my Easter lunch dinner. And my boyfriend wanted something chocolate. His mom likes pound cake, so I thought, in the past I have made a chocolate pound cake and a plain pound cake. I have some heavy cream in the fridge that I'll double check to make sure it's okay, but my thought was that I would make plain pound cake and make a chocolate ganache. So if anyone wanted to chocolify their pound cake, they have that option. But I don't have to make 2 pound cakes. Is my laptop dead? It is. Hold on, let me go plug it in. All right, we are back in business. It's also raining outside. The dog normally goes for WALK in the morning, but she's just gonna have to wait. Lay down. Good girl. And my internet company has planned maintenance for this weekend. So hopefully, if we need to, I'll use the internet on my phone. But what do we need? And I don't want to just get ingredients for the pound cake. I also want to do some meal planning. I hosted my first dinner party a couple of weeks ago, and I had excess of a couple items that I bought, which was fine. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And one of those items was spinach arugula mix. And so I have a 5-pound box of it that I just need to make sure it hasn't gone gross. And I have a recipe in one of my recipe books for, I think they call it like a cheddar souffle. It's definitely not like a souffle, but it's a 1-pan, like you wilt the spinach and arugula, or I think it's supposed to be just arugula, but mine will be spinach and arugula, in the oven. Then you bring it out, and there's an egg cheese mixture with prosciutto, but I have leftover bacon from something I made last week. And so I thought, okay, let's just use, this is great. I can use the things that I already have in the fridge, and I think that will be a great breakfast thing for me to just eat throughout this next week. Pound cake, great. All right, I need more butter. Always need more butter. Milk, eggs. That's about it. The recipe is super simple. The one that I've made in the past: butter, sugar, eggs, flour, milk. Like, there's not even any vanilla in this, but it's delicious. And then ganache is honestly super easy to make. Found an Ina Garten recipe. I trust Ina. Oh, she adds instant coffee granules. That's a common thing in like chocolate recipes to add coffee because it like enhances the chocolate flavor. So I do need chocolate chips, fresh out. It's a travesty. Chocolate chips, cream, coffee granules. I have decaf coffee granules. Could use those. That should be fine. All right. Then let me get my recipe book. Dinner in One by Melissa Clark. This was a gift from one of my friends for, I can't remember, I think it was my birthday last year. So this is what she'd be looking like. Oh, the other problem is I don't have that size of a pan. It calls for an 11 by 7 baking dish. I might just use one of my Dutch ovens that have like the same surface area or similar surface area. But olive oil, arugula, green olives, or oil-packed sun-dried tomatoes. We'll be using sun-dried tomatoes. They bring such a great flavor. I have those, so I'm good there. Eggs, prosciutto, and I'll be using bacon. Scallions, so I'll probably get some more green onion. Because green onion, I've noticed, even if the green onions don't go bad, after you've had them for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, it's like there's a half-life on the flavor where the flavor just isn't as potent anymore. Garlic, I think I need more garlic. Maybe I'll get more cheddar. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm going to think on a couple other meals that I'm going to make for the week. I don't yet have those. I'm gonna figure it out. Probably gonna add some like fruit and veggies to snack on for the week. And then I'm going to finish my coffee, brainstorm meal ideas, then I'll come back and get you guys and we'll get dressed for the day. All right, it has been a minute. To add to the grocery list, I'm going to be making some like Texas caviar, cowboy caviar, just something that's really nutrient packed. So there's black beans and there's bell pepper and there's corn and there's red onion and there's Italian seasoning packet mix, and there's some oil and some vinegar, and I'm gonna add in some avocado just because I want like a nice creamy fat. Did I say red onion? Just to balance that, because sometimes I like that with tortilla chips, either for a snack or for a light lunch. So there's that. Greek chicken, so it's Greek marinated chicken, and then I'll make a easy Greek salad on the side. So red onion, feta, tomatoes, and cucumber, and then lemon juice on that with just lemon juice. You can use red wine vinegar too, but I like it. I prefer it with the lemon juice. And then, we're going to be trying something new. So I have this delicious Mexican street corn crock pot dip. It has chicken in it. So I'm going to be doing some Mexican street corn rice bowls. So those will be super, super yummy. And then I often do an Aldi grocery pickup, but because it's late Saturday morning, I wouldn't be getting it until later this afternoon, just because it's busy being a weekend. And so I did go through, added all my items to the cart just to see about what my bill was going to be. So we're gonna get ready now, and then we're gonna go to the store. So something new to my get ready routine is I used to, ever since like middle school, high school, I've washed my face when I get up in the morning and before I go to bed in the evening, just because I struggled with acne. And in the past 2 or 3 years, I switched to an oil cleanser, and I use the Toops & Co. Sea Buckthorn Cleansing Oil, and I really like that. So I use that in the evening just to take off my lotion, my sunscreen, and sometimes if I'm wearing a little bit of mascara, that takes that off. And then I moisturize before going to bed. And what I started doing this winter, and I don't know if it was partially because my skin was extra dry. The oil cleanser isn't stripping, which is great, but I started in the morning, instead of oil cleansing again, I just use a hypochlorous acid spray, and I spritz my face with that, and then I just put my lotion and or sunscreen over the top of that. And at first I was like, oh no, is this going to make me break out? And it really hasn't been an issue. So we'll see how it goes going into summer. It's just a lot more humid in the summer. We'll see how my skin acts. But that has been how my new updated skin routine has been. And I have been considering, like, do I want to add a vitamin C serum? And the question is, like, skincare can be like such a fad, and it's a trend, and like, what is it actually doing? How is it actually benefiting you? And I think because I've had a lot more on my plate at work, and I don't feel overly stressed, but there's more responsibility, there's more that I've had to take on. And so I know there's extra stress, and I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing it, because I know, like, I'm not alone in this. Like, I have good people on the teams that I'm working with, but I just have a lot more tasks to complete and not enough time in the day to finish all of them. And so I know there's some subconscious stress there, and I know I'm not getting enough sleep, and I know I'm not resting well enough. So I feel like my boyfriend was like, "You look more tired," and I'm like, okay, got to do something about that. And so I haven't found my solution yet, but I'm like, should I start using vitamin C? Should I? And I know these should not be the first steps that I'm taking. We're still working on. And if you are new here, I use the Sky and Soul moisturizer and SPF. This SPF has non-nano zinc oxide, so it does sit on top of your skin. This one isn't quite, it has a slight creamy color to it, so it's not completely white, but it does leave a little bit of a white cast, and I'm pale to begin with, so I don't know. If my face is really well moisturized before I put the SPF on, it blends better. I don't know. What's your experience with non-chemical, non-nano zinc oxide SPF? Let me know. And then I've always had a hard time finding deodorants that work for me, even before I switched to aluminum-free deodorant versus an antiperspirant. And I've always had to like switch deodorants because my body would get used to them. And so I always apply deodorant after I take a shower, even if I shower at night. And then I reapply in the morning with a different, even if it's just a different scent of the same brand. So I've used many, and I've used the Native, it's their sensitive, like green tea something. That's nice. I've just been looking for one. This is the grapefruit and bergamot. It smells nice. It does not last me all day, especially doesn't last all day if I'm like stressed about something, because I don't know, stress hormones. I also don't necessarily want to be paying $20 for a deodorant, but I did just order the Salt and Stone neroli and basil. Again, ordering scents online concerns me, because I don't know how it's going to smell in person, and I don't know how it's going to smell on my skin, because I don't know about you, but smelling it out of the stick smells different than when I put it on my skin. Just the way it is. Everyone's body is different. Every deodorant works differently for everyone. It's just want to find ones that work for me, that I can like switch between two, and they'll last all day. They'll last from 7 in the morning until I go to the gym in the evening, so they need to be at least 12 hours through stress and sweat, which I don't know, am I asking for too much? Let me brush my teeth and then we'll go get dressed. All right, this is the outfit of the day. I have some 80s mom jeans. I got these new with tags off of eBay. These are originally $118 jeans. Got them for, is it like 40? It was like 40, 45 with shipping. So eBay. Also eBay, this is thrifted from eBay. This was not new. This is Ralph brand, not Ralph Lauren. I figured that out. It's a size 12, which is a women's size, but it's not Ralph Lauren. It's just Ralph. And it fits, like, it has a little bit of a swoop at the bottom, but like it fits like a man's shirt. So very comfy. I love the pink stripes. So I'm also wearing 1 spritz of my ambered vanilla perfume, because that one spray, literally I can smell it at the end of the day. I don't know what's going on. Super strong. And then I will roll these up, and I'm going to just be wearing my Chelsea puddle boots, because it's raining and it's wet outside. So I would love to take the dog. If I was just doing a grocery pickup, I would take the dog, but I don't want her sitting in the car for 20 minutes. So she's gonna be mad. So I'm gonna put her raincoat on, take her out to go potty, then we'll run to the store, and I'll bring you guys along. there was a gentleman who walked past me at Aldi, and he asked a question, and I didn't hear what he said, so I asked him if he could repeat himself, and he asked me if I was a power forward. And in my brain, I'm like, this basketball, right? And I'm like, no. And he's like, you could have been. And then he just keeps on walking. And sir, I have not played basketball since 8th grade, and it was not my gift. I was not offended. I'm a taller than average woman, and I like being a strong woman. Like, I am not super slender, so I can see where he got that from. So actually, I was not offended at all. I just thought it was kind of funny. So, went to the store, got a couple extra things, just gum mainly, and my total was $2 off from what it had been when I plugged it in online. I was going to get some flowers, like a bouquet, but I didn't see them. And my other grocery store honestly has flowers for slightly cheaper. So I might stop and get some flowers to bring to the house that I'm going to for Easter dinner tomorrow, just as like a hosting gift. So better for them than it is for me. Let me unpack all of these groceries and then I'll just run you through what I got. All right, here we are. So, Italian dressing seasoning mix for the Texas caviar, the cowboy caviar, some gum for, every day. Butter, I need that for my pound cake, more eggs for the pound cake, and the souffle, cheddar arugula souffle. Some sweet corn, some frozen corn, that is for the Mexican street corn rice bowls. I needed some more baking soda, cheddar for the souffle, corn and black beans and chips for the Texas caviar, tomatoes for, I'm going to make Big Mac salad, so I have tomatoes, white onion, romaine, and I have ground beef in the fridge, avocado, bell peppers for the cowboy caviar, Texas caviar, and the jalapenos are for the Mexican street corn rice bowls, a multitude of things. Greek salad, so cucumber, tomato. I have some dark chocolate chunks for the ganache for the pound cake. Then I have milk and then chicken. So this chicken will be for the Mexican street corn rice bowls, and then bone and skin on chicken thighs for the marinated Greek chicken. And then the asparagus, that might go alongside of the Mexican street corn rice bowls. So that is today's grocery haul. All right, so I made my smoothie, matches my shirt. So there's frozen strawberries, a banana, and usually I don't often love banana in a smoothie, but it helps with the protein powder I used. So frozen strawberries, banana, peanut butter, creatine was the little scoop of white powder. The protein powder was Marigold Foods rich chocolate malt flavor. And I just think not all chocolate protein powders are created equal. I like the Marigold Foods vanilla. This was my first time trying the chocolate. I'll probably just go with the vanilla. It's really good. It does not smell or taste like protein powder. It has like a vanilla cake flavor to it, so love that. With the banana, somehow just balances out the chocolate protein powder. And then I have oats and then water, and delicious. Chocolate, peanut butter, strawberry, lovely combination. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then we're gonna do our nails. And my goal for today is I don't want to be multitasking, and I want to be staying off my phone. So we're not doom scrolling. I did a lot of that last night, and I didn't feel good about it. So we're going to have self-control. We're going to be disciplined, but we're also not going to be trying to packing every single thing into the day. I have some butter and eggs coming to room temperature to make the pound cake later today. And then I think I'll make one of the other recipes, possibly the cheddar souffle. Maybe that'll be for supper. Maybe. Yeah, I started this video saying spend the morning with me. It's about 1:30. I want to do my nails with you guys. I want to show you what color I picked out, and then the final product. I have their press-ons. I'm a press-on girly. Yeah, we'll just see. Maybe I'll take you guys along through like 5 o'clock. My goal, what I would like to do more of, is have like a work day on Saturday of where I stop at like 5 or 6. I don't want to go later. And then actually have time to like unwind, because I'm really bad about just go until like 9 o'clock, and then it's like time for bed. Maybe I'll bring you guys along through 5 or 6 o'clock. We'll see. Setting a little ambiance. My sister got me an assortment of beeswax candles for Christmas, and she's like, what size do you want? Do you want single wick, multi-wick? And I was thinking like she's gonna get ones that are like in a metal or glass container, and this was not the case. They're all freeform. So I like don't have, this is an upside down like dessert plate that this little guy is going to melt onto, and he's a little bear. So here are the nails I'm going to be doing. They're Glamnetic, and it's called Regal Blue. So I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse, and in going with wanting to have a little less screen time throughout my day, I put on just a little like rainy spring day ambiance. So there's a little bit of jazzy jazz in the background that you guys probably can't hear, but I wanted to listen to an audiobook, and I've kind of been in like a quote reading slump, because I just kind of want like cozy, easy to listen to things, because I'm using so much of my mental energy at work that I'm like, I just want something that doesn't require too much energy when I'm at home. And so I'm like, well, blah, blah, blah. So I went on to Hoopla. And if you've never heard of Hoopla, it's similar to Libby. It's through your library. I don't know if every library supports or offers digital and ebooks, audio books and ebooks through Hoopla, but mine does. So there was a series that I started listening to last year. It's called the Charity Shop Detective Agency series, and I listened to the first 4 books, and I knew there was a new one coming out, but I guess I didn't look for it. I didn't like mark my calendar to check to see when it was going to be out. And I went on to Hoopla because I'm like, well, maybe it'll suggest something that seems like kind of easy to listen to, enjoyable, but not like boring. And I saw this one, And I'm like, have I borrowed this? Like, I couldn't remember if I had seen that title, and it said I hadn't borrowed it yet. So I'm going to put that on and listen to that while I do my nails. It'll probably take me about a half hour because I used to hold them on for 30 seconds, and I started holding them on for 60 seconds, and that helps the glue cure even better and them hold on even longer. So let's do our nails. My nails are complete. What do we think? I am happy with them. I like this blue a lot. Online, it looked lighter, so I'm glad with it. It's a little darker. And once I can get some lotion on my hands, oops, I folded some laundry. I had a couple loads to fold, so I folded some laundry, put that away. Before I did my nails, I had put a load of laundry in the washer, so I just flipped that, put it in the dryer, hung what needed to be hung. And I think the last thing I'm gonna do with you guys is just go for a little walk with the DOG. The sun it's trying to come out. It's still pretty overcast, but it has stopped raining. So put on my puddle boots, put on a little jacket, and we'll get some fresh air. I have been listening to my audiobook. It's just cozy. There's a group of older women who are the lay detectives, and it's just cozy. Love it so much. So would recommend the Charity Shop Detective Agency series. There's 5 books. There's 5 books right now. Thanks so much for spending the late morning, early afternoon with me today. Be sure to subscribe if you like hanging out with me, if you want similar content. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for being here today.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden